Hi everyone, welcome to one more episode of Google Ads Explained. This is a channel where we'll walk you through the Google Ads interface for every single feature available. Today's episode focuses on Reach Planner, which is a tool to forecast your media spend and media performance for YouTube video ads. So let's jump right into it. Media Planner can be found under Tools and Settings under Keyword Planner. The idea is that you use the tool to create a forecast so that you can showcase to stakeholders how much the campaign will reach population, as well as bring certain KPIs and results. So once we start to set up the campaign, we can pick awareness for now. There's more types of forecasting to come. But for now, we'll just put awareness, reach, which is the amount of people we can reach with our video ads. As far as channels goes, we can for now do YouTube or YouTube and TV. And this is now the criteria we set up so that the Google will give us an accurate forecast. So we have to tell the system which country you'd like to target. In this particular case, it's the Netherlands, and currency is euro. Demographics, we can choose either all the people or just specific people within a certain age range or gender. And let's pick, for example, only male from 18 to 24. And audiences. So this is where it becomes interesting. This is where you have the liberty to handpick a certain type of audiences you have in mind for your campaign that go in line with the target persona of your business, obviously. And you have two choices. We can either search by topic, cars, which brings up other subtopics like sports cars, compact cars, auto and vehicles, and these are all in-market audiences, which is people with commercial intent, as well as affinity audiences, performance luxury vehicle enthusiasts, for example. And then for each one of the audiences, we get an estimated reach in terms of impressions, based on the country we selected, obviously. So yeah, let's select this one, but also let's go to this feature, which is called Browse. So here we can cherry pick whether we just like affinity audiences, which have interests and habits related to the topic, or in market, which are audiences that are actively researching or planning on a specific topic with commercial intent usually. But also interesting is custom audiences. This is where you can actually really create a custom audience depending on several criteria. So, for example, we can either choose people with any of the interests or purchase intentions, or people search for any specific search term on Google. So we can add a keyword like navigation, and bear in mind the keyword has to be part of a running campaign. Like Google states, only available in campaigns running on Google properties. So for the people who search for GPS navigation based on historical data, we in the country of the Netherlands we would get weekly impressions around 1 million to 5 million, where the gender would be 95% male and the age range would be 31% between 25 and 34. So this is fairly interesting because if we go back to a couple of steps back where we could change the age range, we now know that for some topics we have to stick with specific age ranges, so, and also specific genders. So for example, there's no point of targeting audiences around GPS navigation catering to all genders, when in fact mostly of them reach male population according to historical data. Parental status is also possible to see. And there's also a couple of other options, like people browse certain types of websites. So you can mix and match people who search for specific keywords with people that tend to browse specific websites like topgear.co.uk, for example, and then the data will change once again. Here in this case, it didn't change that much. But let's choose for another keyword, for example, map. Let's see what it recommends. Get map directions on Google Maps. I don't know, people finding navigation. Here, the percentage of female increased a little bit, and 48% are between 18 and 24. So like I said, this is interesting to find out which age and gender you have to pick to better forecast in an accurate way. The people who also use type of apps can be fed into the tool. And people visit certain places. This is interesting for tourism, for example. And then we can label this audience as well. All right, but let's go back to the cars audience we've picked for now. Dates are the days, the amount of days you'd like to forecast this campaign with. So we can choose like the first 3 months of 2021, or just the first month of 2021. And here is add preferences. So this is where Google claims to use machine learning and historical data to eventually find the right product mix of different kind of ad formats based on the criteria we just picked and as well as historical data. So this is one where we let the tool run by itself, and where Google will find ad variations. We simply have to feed the budget, so 120,000 euros here, and that's about it. We can also handpick our own product mix and estimate a budget for each one type of ad format, which can range from CPA master, masthead and bumper ad, non-skippable, in-stream, out-stream video ad, true view discovery, true view for reach, true view in-stream, or YouTube select ads as well. For now, let's let the machine run for helping us find a product mix. We already can see on the right hand side that Google decides true view for reach and bumper ads will be the best ones to choose. But depending on if we have them or not, then the criteria also changes. So if I don't have 6-second videos, bumper ads are out of the question. So the whole budget would be allocated to true view for reach. Alright, so let's then finalize this by clicking View Forecast. On top, we'll find the criteria we just fed into the tool, which is location, dates, frequency cap on target demographics and audiences. Frequency cap was not shown before actually, but we can tweak this and we get new statistics when it comes to the forecast of the performance. So this goes as follows. So for a frequency cap of showing the video ad 5 times per day, for a budget of 113,000 euros, we reach 600, more or less 600,000 men between 18 and 24, with the average frequency of 27.67. So, which is the average number of times you can expect someone to view your ad during a forecast period. Total cost per mile is €3.70, so €3.70 for 1,000 impressions. And this is the reach curve. So depending on where I click, I get different metrics. For a budget of 10K, I get 323K reach. For a budget of almost 45K, I get 545,000 reach. And then we can also pick demographics. and devices. It's also interesting we cater to a specific set of devices based on the criteria selected before. Interesting to see most of the ads would go to mobile in this specific case. All right, and here we see the ad formats that Google has, let's say, cherry-picked for us. True view for reach, as well as bumper ads. Most probably, like I said, due to historical data and the type of ads we've been using in the existing campaigns. And this is because I have actually tried to play around with the tool and tweaking a lot of these settings like audiences, dates, frequency cap, and I still get the same type of formats. So here is a completely different setup, like no frequency cap, all people instead of just male audience, more budget, and the same formats are chosen. So true view for each and bumper ads. Also distributed by 20% true view and 80% bumper ads. So not much room for being flexible there for some reason. And I did try to play around with one more different setup, but I did get the 20-80 split. And this time I chose female audience, for example. Yeah, and the nice thing is that you can then, if you'd like to reach a certain type of specific goal in mind, let's say I had 5 million, well, 5 million you cannot, but it tells you right away the cap you have. Like in this particular case is 2,026,000 people for a maximum budget of 6 million euros. I think if I include, yeah, if I do 7 million, I'm not even possible to have metrics updated anymore. And that's about it for Reach Planner. You can find more about Reach Planner in Google's own documentation. I very much suggest this video, where, for example, Google tells the type of criteria they take into account when they're forecasting.
To generate a forecast, the tool takes your settings, such as ad length, the duration and location of your planned campaigns, your budget, and audience targeting goals, and from these inputs, estimates how many people could be exposed to your ad campaign, and how many times they might see the ad. Reach Planner looks up past ad auctions to see how your campaign might perform on the inventory matching your settings. For example, if you're planning a campaign in Japan for women who are in the market for apparel and accessories, we can take a sample of historical inventory matching women in Japan looking to buy apparel and accessories and estimate the result that you might expect for your plan. Reach forecasts look back at the past several weeks or months to gather data. The historical time frame considered depends on your campaign's intended duration. By looking back at a recent window of time, we're able to capture trends, events, and fluctuations that might have an impact on your campaign. While Google doesn't specifically factor in seasons and holidays for reach forecasting, we still consider the impact of recent economic trends. All of these calculations go into estimating a metric known as unique reach. This is Google's proprietary technology that allows us to estimate the number of unique people who see your ad. For example, by accounting for those who may use multiple devices. The unique reach methodology is validated through several methods, including comparisons to leading market research and analyses, and global panels and surveys. And finally, unique reach is respectful of users' privacy. We're able to give you a measure of reach using aggregated, anonymous information. Your forecast can help you decide how to allocate your budget and update settings to set realistic goals for reaching your audience. We can never predict with absolute certainty what will happen. Google Ads are usually bought in an auction where inventory fluctuates and people's habits or responses to your ad may change, so performance can vary. Similar to how checking the weather may give you a cue about how to plan for the day ahead, your forecast can give you guidance on how to allocate your budget and tune settings to best achieve your goals.
All right, that's fairly straightforward. As usual, Google promoting its platform, but as a user, we have to take things with a grain of salt. And like I told you, having three different setups, the type of ad formats were exactly the same. So it could be that those two type of ad formats might not be the relevant ones for you. So feel free to set up different campaigns with different ad formats, test things around to see which one wins. It could be that it's neither bumper ads or in view. Like it depends. So it's up to you to find out what best works for you. Thank you very much, and feel free to either subscribe to this channel or continue watching more videos. Thank you.